Hello there, my name is John Meyer, and you are listening to a track that I just now wrote using the Meyer felt piano and the woven strings, which I released a week ago. It's a collaboration with my good friend Avery Bright that has violin drones and phrases. I released the video on Friday at 5 p.m. and sent out an email at the same time, which was a really questionable move on my part, but the reception, over 1,200 downloads as of Thursday at 3:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. But when I sent out the video on a whim, I decided to announce a sale for the Meyer Felt, a winter sale. So I thought today what I would do is show you how I might approach using woven strings. Some of it's obvious, but other tricks that might help you understand it a little better and get more mileage out of the instrument. One of my favorite settings on the Meyer Felt piano is this wide room. It's the U47s and the room mic and the release triggers. That's it. When I wrote this bridge section on the piano, I backed off the main piano because I knew that's where I was going to feature the strings. But I also wanted to feature this piano sound, which is simply playing the chords, and all it is all the effects up. So a lot of the space echo, which is my Roland space echo, or Roland chorus echo, excuse me, and the chorus from that chorus echo, which I love, in a tape simulation room. With the piano, it sounds like this. Now, let's take a look at these drones. And the first thing I did was lay down octave drones using the prototype of woven strings. And it sounds like this. I am riding the mod wheel. Which is causing this to move up and down. You'll notice that there are 3 instances open. This is a trick I learned from Christian Henson a while back. The first one is normal. For the second one, you can see that it's tuned up 1 semitone. Now, that sounds weird, so you wouldn't want to do that. But what you can do is you can click on the wrench, go to instrument options, and then where it says MIDI transpose, I bring that down to -1. So it's transposing, but it's basically it's grabbing a different sample because we sampled every note, and then it's pitching it up. And then I did the same thing with another instance, and this time I tuned it down, so that means I have to go in and pitch it up using the MIDI transpose. So it's grabbing a different sample, but it's tuning it down. And then when you put those together, in pan 1, keep the main one in the center, and then for the other 2, you pan them hard left and hard right, so it gives you a nice wide sound. Now let's listen to it with just the main instance. Now with everything. It's subtle, but it adds a nice chorusy effect and some nice width. I'm simply matching the piano low notes an octave apart. Now for the high drones. Same 3 instances. This time I came in a little earlier. Extremely subtle. When the bridge kicks in, Now I split and I'm playing a bit more involved part, widening out what I was playing. You heard something there. Now we get to the phrases. Be sure that you're also using the mod wheel when you're playing the phrases. In last week's video, I showed you how you could play up high, and it's actually nice to play 2 or 3 notes that span across the phrases and the drones, so you get some drones and some phrases, and you can play with one hand that way. But this time I wanted more control, so I split them out. Since these are phrases, I'm not thinking like writing traditional parts. And when this track builds up to this part, I don't care if it's a little random and crazy. But I did want more control. So what I did is I duplicated this track. And on this first one, I called it my high strings. And basically, I went through and got rid of the low notes. For instance, I got rid of this and this, and then all this here, and then I went to my next track. I got rid of all the high notes, so that then when it came time to mix, I could take one of these and shift them left, and the other one and shift it to the right. Just a way to separate the two. It also gives me a little more control when I print audio, that if there's some notes I didn't like, I could chop them and move them around a little bit easier. There are some notes that kind of move out of key. I guess that's up to your ears if you like it or not. Let me show you, in case you run into that, if there is a note that you don't like. With these prototypes, I'll let you go in and do whatever you want to the script and to the audio. It's yours to mess around with. So say we open up the wrench and we are looking at these phrases. And let's say that you don't like a certain note. Well, right now we're viewing the drones and phrases. Now you can get into some trouble, so make sure you save what you're doing, or don't save this if you mess it up on top of what you already did, because you'll have to re-download it. But let's say that on this particular note, actually let's look at this B, because I know we can see it playing. If I hit this B, I can see what's happening. Let's say you don't want that. Yeah, no. You can take the start time and move it here. Let's move it to an empty spot here. Say I want it to start right here. Let's how about right here. So you can see how, with a little effort, you could go through all of these and change them up and have 2 instruments or 2 different phrases. There are a lot of ways to go with this instrument. If you do it to where it has round robins and it's random, that's really cool, but there are times where you like the way that it plays and you want it to be exactly the same every time you play it back. And if you randomize it, well, with phrases like this, you might not get what you want the next time. So sometimes I like playing it, I hear something great, and I know it's going to happen that way every time. After that, I had fun creating a pad sound. I opened up an instance of Alter Boy, Little Alter Boy, raised the pitch, raised the formant, brought this up because I'm just trying to build this spacious pad and I want to get it up higher. And then I added the best free plugin. We Are Stardust is a preset. And if that wasn't enough, I added Valhalla. As a subtle way to bring it all together. And then I cheated. I said I was only going to use woven strings and Meyer felt, but it needed some sub bass. This is my instrument basic that I released a long time ago. It's free. You can get it on my website or at pianobook.com, pianobook.co.uk. Sub and sign up. I slowed down the attack, slowed down the release, and then I adjusted the low pass filter, which is assigned to the mod wheel in this case, just to have that nice low end. But that's how I chose to use these 2 instruments today. I really think they're pretty special. And I hope to do more with Avery on the woven strings in the future. I'm going to go ahead and finish out the video with the song, and perhaps I'll make it available. If I do, it'll tell you right now where to get it. You have until the end of February to download the Meyer felt at 25% off from my website, and go get woven strings anytime you want for free. Talk soon.